Hi guys, I wanted to show you I have changed my plant stands around in my sunroom, sun porch, and what I've done is shortened the plant stands. The bottom shelf, or the lowest shelf, used to hold the tall plants, and the the top shelf used to hold the short plants. And I thought, well, wait a minute, it'd be a lot easier to manage the taller plants on the top shelf, as far as moving them around when I need to clean them or move them or whatever. So I've done this, and I did it to all the stands. This one here was a taller stand. I'm trying to get back from it without falling over. And I split it in half. And I did the same on this other end with the taller shelf. I split it in half, and that gave me two shelves, or two stands with two shelves on each stand. And I can get to the windows now. I reach over the plants or through them to open and close the windows. And the same on this side. I hardly ever opened and closed this window because it was too hard to get to the window to do it. So now I can. And so I'm going to go around real quick and kind of name off the plants that I have in here. They seem to be doing really well with this new lighting that I have. And this, I'm probably mispronouncing the name. It is the Cordanthe. I don't know. I don't really know anything about it. I got it in a plant trade a long time ago from someone on Reddit, maybe even 3 years ago. It's been quite a while. And my Ripsalis paradoxa. And this is a Birkin that is, there's the Birkin part of it, that is reverting to the Rojo Congo that was the Birkin originated from, which I think is really cool. I like that. And I'm really hoping that this Rojo Congo part stays smaller than the original Rojo Congos, because I have one, but it's just way too big. I'm looking for a home for it. It's got to go away. And then I have a Raven, or it's not a Raven ZZ, it's a regular green ZZ. I've had it a few years now, and it's getting pretty big. Maybe even 3 years, 4 years, lost track. A Macaulay's Finale, and in an imperial green philodendron. It looks very much like the Congo green, only the lobes on the back are quite different. See, there's kind of a difference in the lobes. This is my Billietier. I'm probably mispronouncing that. It's doing really good. It was a little tiny plug when I got it. And I got it very inexpensively because it was a little plug. So I think I've had it a couple years now, and it's finally gotten to be this big. And I actually have it in a mosaic coffee can. Crazy me, I know. Tacky. And Philodendron Sunrise. And this is the Black Cardinal. And a Philodendron Pedatum. And an Anthurium Water Dragon. I always want to call it Water Buffalo, and I have to stop myself. It's big. It's really big. And I hope it likes it in its new spot. And let's see. Did I do this? This is the Philodendron Mayoii. And, why can't I remember? Brantianum. And the Philodendron Lemon Lime Upright and Eva. I have the green and the lemon lime together because I just think it's pretty that way. I like the combination of the dark green and the lemon lime color. This is my Decursiva, going up. And the last leaf she put out, the last two leaves, have been 6 fenestrations, or 6 lobes, I guess you'd call it. And the leaves are getting smaller, though I'm not sure why. Maybe it was being blocked by the plant stand. I'm hoping this will help. And it puts these bigger plants that were down low into brighter light. So that's good. This is a philodendron red emerald that I'm hoping to go away. I'm hoping my neighbor will take it. If not, I'll just drop it off at the grocery store and somebody will pick it up. This is a Burl Marks variegated, and it's pretty. Got a little problem with a reverting leaf, but the stem is very variegated that it's coming from. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll just keep an eye on it. Might have to chop it. And then the Burl Marks green. And again, I've put the lemon limey color and the green color together because I like it. This is another little baby Birkin that I first picked up. It was in like a little 4-inch pot, so this is doing really good. They grow pretty fast, guys. And Epiprimnum panatum cuttings, because I am planning on chopping my Epiprimnum panatum down and starting a new mother plant because she's getting too big, and I need to downsize the size of my plants to be able to have the variety that I have and handle them. Some cuttings off the Cissus vine. I think there too I'm going to start a new mother plant over with more vines in the pot and just keep her chopped small. Although I did cut down the Cissus vine that I had. It's in the corner there, and that's a good size. But that's all one vine, and so it really needs to be more than one vine, because if I lose part of it, I'll lose the whole thing. So anyway, I just chopped that down off the curtain rods the other day, and they're already putting out roots. It's a cast iron plant, and I showed my Epiprimnum panatum. It's a really cool plant. It gets not variegation. I'm trying to find a good leaf that shows it. I've had trouble with this plant. I'm hoping that better light will show. Well, I can't find a leaf that isn't mangled by the dang cat. That's why I've got to get my plants up. This is what my cat does. She chews on them. But there you can see holes in it. And those holes are supposed to be there, and eventually they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I kind of see one up here. There. See how, if I can get it against the window, see how the holes are? And they start getting bigger and bigger. But I think this plant, it got too much. I've got the big vines up top and the little vines in the bottom, and it's a mess, and I just want to start it all over. And when I get more cuttings going of it, I'm just going to put all the bigger vine cuttings in the bottom of the pot and just start it over. I'm beginning to get to the point where starting over is an okay thing. And because I just can't keep struggling with these giant plants. This is a philodendron micans, beautiful leaves. I love I don't know if that color's showing up or not, but it's beautiful leaves, crazy aerial roots. They're all over the place. They're just, look at it cracks me up. Those are both Moses in a cradle type plants. No big deal. Had to start this one all over again because of the thrips last year. I don't have them now. I'm good. This is a painted lady, philodendron painted lady, and a philodendron tripartum. And the leaves aren't huge on it, but there's one that's lighter. It's just opened up, so it'll maybe show up a little bit better. And then the purple velvet plant, I don't know the technical name to it. I keep it cut short because I don't like them hanging down, and yet look at there. Ha ha ha. Got away from me. So I got to chop that off. And then down here I have the philodendron moonlight. There again, the dark green and the lemon lime. And a Syndapsis silverian, and just the Heteroraceum heartleaf philodendron vine. This is a total start over. This was another thrips casualty, and I chopped it all down and made a new mother plant out of it. It's doing really good because that's been in just since last fall when I had the big thrips. I think I finished doing all the spraying at the end of September, or by the end of September, and then I chopped down a lot of the plants, got rid of the dirt, everything just started totally over from cutting. So it's doing pretty good. I don't know what else to say about it. Here's the silver sword, philodendron silver sword. My puppy out enjoying the yard. Well, he's not hardly a puppy, but he's my baby. This is a philodendron Brazil that Kelly's Hoya sent me, that her mother passed away now, but she had liked to travel, and Idaho was one of the states that she had wanted to get to and couldn't. And so Kelly is sending out pieces of her Brazil to states she couldn't get to people that live in states that she couldn't get to. So it's kind of like sending her mother to Idaho. I love that. I love that. I think that's so sweet. And it's doing really well. It was just a little tiny, I mean, it was about this much, a little tiny cutting. So it's doing really well. And then the Baltic blue, kind of disappointed in it. The leaves are kind of small. It started sending out a bunch of runners, so I just chopped them off. I think I threw them away. I think I thought I was going to propagate them. I don't need it. I don't like it. So it's going, I threw those away. It's starting to fenestrate again on the upper leaves. So chopping it back might have helped. There's a new baby leaf that's just come in, but they're tiny. I'm okay with the tiny leaves. I think they're kind of cute, but they're not supposed to be that way. They're supposed to be bigger. This is a philodendron silver stripe. More tetrasperma cuttings that are getting more mature roots, and I'm going to put it together with the other tetrasperma that I have in the dining room and let them grow together. There's a Tradescantia. I just potted it from water, so the water rooting, so it's kind of not happy. This is what's left of my Sunroom after this thrips episode. I chopped it all down, gave it new soil, chopped the roots back a bunch, washed it off, did all the treatment, the 3 rounds of treatment. And so these are all brand new leaves since last fall. So it's doing pretty good. And I'm going to try to keep it smaller because, there again, I don't want all these huge plants. This is a rattlesnake calathea, and I've had it for several years, like maybe since 19. And it was a little 2-inch plug from Josh's Frogs. So I feel blessed to have kept it alive this long because I don't do well with calatheas usually. And another cuttings, a lot of more Hoya cuttings going. I'm trying to get, a lot of these cuttings are from Kelly's Hoya, the Kelly's Hoya cuttings that we traded, and that I had a year ago, and they've grown up enough now to where I can cut them off and get a second stem going in the pot. So that's great. And more cuttings down here. I'm not going to go through them. It's just different stuff. This is a pothos, Mandula pothos. I just chopped it all down. It was, I need to tie that up. Looks like that came loose. It was in the bird cage that I had. It wasn't doing that great. It was just getting long and leggy, and so I pulled it all back, chopped it all up. I've got a bunch of cuttings in a jar in there going, so. And my old chain of hearts, and this is the only chain of plants I really have. I don't really have room for all that hanging down, long, viney stuff. I think it's cool, and I'm not going to get rid of it because this is the first plant. I got this plant back in the early 70s, and it's parts, that plant itself has been partly renewed, And I repotted it several months ago. I did a video on that, and it showed the big tubers that these are coming from now, from the renewal that happened in the flood in January 1st of 97. So they've really, it's done really well since then. This is the large leaf, wide leaf Adansonii. I love it. Kind of starting it over. I've got some going in the kitchen to when this, because this is kind of starting to get leggy and weird. I did chop it back a lot, and I repotted it. I put a lemon lime philodendron in there, just the heart leaf, the lemon lime heart leaf one, because there again, I like the light green and the dark green together, and it's kind of that's kind of leaning a little bit, but anyway, I shortened the stakes down. I'm again trying to get smaller plants, and then I have two not Boston ferns, staghorn ferns. This one's in a the light cover for a ceiling fan, and I put a cocoa coir lining in it, trying to get it in the picture there, and plant it in that. I have to take it to the tub to water it, but that's not too bad. And then this one's just planted in a cocoa coir lined wire, big wire basket. And I've had that one for several years. This one I've had about half that time. It's doing pretty good. And that's about it. I thank you guys for watching. Mainly just wanted to show you the updated plant stands. I like it better this way, I think. I'd rather have the plants in my face than the plant stands. And we'll see how the plants do. In my mind, I think they're going to do better with the way the lighting is. I don't know. I just feel like it'll do better. If it doesn't, then things will change. I didn't get rid of the other parts that I took off, so it should be all right. So I thank you for watching and subscribing and liking if you like the video, and we'll see y'all later. Bye now.